To live in Japan is to exist in a discursive space where everyday reality is transfigured into stories of ghosts and ghouls by an imagination unique to the Japanese experience. Japan Ontology presents 3 more stories of ontological terror. There was a high school girl named Mayumi who suddenly found herself wandering around a school she didn't recognize. As she ventured through the corridors, she grew more and more confused. It was as though, no matter which direction she took, the hallway would loop back around to where she'd begun. Anxious, she decided to take another route. She followed the hallway, turned left, and then left again, and soon found herself in the music room. But when she opened the door to the hallway, she was now in the girls' bathroom. Nothing made sense within this mysterious school. Then she heard the clock chime, followed by the sound of footsteps approaching her. Scared, Mayumi turned to a set of stairs that led to the 4th floor, but as she climbed, she felt herself go down, and when she reached the top, she found herself again on the 1st floor. Just ahead, she saw the closet where teachers kept classroom keys. There was a large broken glass box which contained what Mayumi assumed was an important key. Yet, the key was missing. All that was left was a note that read,
"The key is in room 108.
Mayumi could hear the footsteps grow nearer, so she ran down the hallway and away from whoever was stalking her. Finally, she reached room 108. She opened the door and reached for the light switch, but the lights were not working. Frantically, she closed the door behind her and tried to pick out details from the darkness. All she could see was the silhouette of desks and chairs. The footsteps approached the door. Although she was afraid, Mayumi decided to open the door and confront whatever it was hunting her. Her heart nearly stopped as she stood face to face with the most gruesome thing she had ever seen. A mess of disfigured student limbs, torsos, and heads coagulated into one big fumbling creature. The monster swayed back and forth as Mayumi gazed at the countless dead expressions of boys and girls brought together by this mysterious school. She screamed, and then realized that it must be just a dream. But it was a dream from which Mayumi could never awake. To this day, she still wanders around the desolate corridors of the dream school, unable to escape, always running away from the hideous creature. According to legend, if after a week you still remember this story, then the next time you fall asleep, you too will join Mayumi in the dream school and never awaken. One dark night, the samurai Agiwara spotted an elegant woman carrying a peony lantern wandering through the streets of Edo. For Agiwara, it was love at first sight. He invited the beautiful woman Otsuyu to accompany him home, where they talked, laughed, and enjoyed each other's company. That night, Agiwara's neighbor, hearing eerie laughter coming from Agiwara's garden, peeked over the wall. He saw Agiwara holding not a woman, but a laughing skeleton. The next morning, the neighbor revealed to Agiwara what he had seen, and horrified, Agiwara went seeking advice from the priest at the local temple. While waiting for the priest, Ogiwara strolled around the small graveyard. To his horror, Ogiwara found a grave with Otsuyu's name engraved on the headstone. He realized that the woman he had fallen in love with had died long before they had ever met. And now that he knew the truth, Otsuyu's ghost no longer appeared before him. But Ogiwara missed Otsuyu desperately, and after some time he could no longer bear his sadness and returned to the temple where Otsuyu lay buried. At the temple gates, Otsuyu appeared before him once more, reaching out her hand and asking Ogiwara to accompany her home. Without hesitation, Ogiwara took her hand and walked with her into the darkness. After this final visit to the temple, Ogiwara had vanished, and the priest concerned opened Otsuyu's grave. Inside the coffin lay two bodies, Ogiwara and Otsuyu, together forever. Tomino's Hell is a famed poem by Yasuo Saijo. Written in 1919 after Saijo lost his family during World War I, the verse tells the story of a child who descends into hell and includes frightening and disturbing imagery. The beginning reads, "Elder sister vomited blood, younger sister vomited fire, and the cute Tomino vomited glass beads. Tomino fell into hell alone." Although Saijo left interpretation to the reader, it's believed to be about a child who murdered their parents. In the poem, Tomino descends to the lowest levels of Buddhist hell, reserved for those who murdered their parents. Others interpret the poem as about war or child abuse. Regardless of its true meaning, people have claimed the poem causes headaches, illness, and even death if the complete poem is read aloud.
Elder sister vomits blood, younger sister's breathing fire, while sweet little Tomino spits up jewels. All alone does Tomino go falling into hell, not a darkness without flowers. It's Tomino's big sister, the one who rips him, and the purpose of the scourging hangs dark in his mind. Flashing and flashing from but never quite shattering, one sure path to a neat cheat, the eternal hell. Into that blackest of hells guide him now, I pray. The golden sheep to the nightingale. How much did he put in that leather pouch to prepare for his trek to the eternal hell? Spring is coming to the valley, to the wood, to the spiraling chasms of the blackest hell. The nightingale in her cage, the sheep aboard the wagon, and tears well up in the eyes of sweet little Tomino. Single nightingale in the vast misty forest, he screams he only misses his little sister. His wailing desperation echoes throughout hell, the foxpin only opens its golden petals. Down past the 7 mountains and 7 rivers of hell, the solitary journey of sweet little Tomino. Within this hell they be found, may they then come to me those sharp spikes of punishment from Needle Mountain. Not just on cemented rim, its flesh pierced with blood-red pins, they serve as hellish signposts for sweet little Tomino.